generated even since he had been admitted about 72 hours before I met with him. They were consistent kind of across that time and even at the Grand Traverse County Jail before he came here. So he presented with a variety of bizarre delusional beliefs about his life, how he ended up where he was. He believed that he was in danger, under threat of people who were attempting to harm or kill him or other people around him, who he referred to as being his spiritual children or his spiritual family. His thinking, not only were the content of his thinking bizarre, but the process of his thinking was also very disorganized. So he rambled and would switch from one topic to another, so it was frequently hard to follow his line of reasoning from one time to another. But it appeared very preoccupied on these beliefs, these paranoid beliefs.
And he's been at the center now for, well, over a week. Is there a current working diagnosis for him?
I believe when I checked recently, his current psychiatric diagnosis is schizophrenia.
And so based on what you saw, do you have an opinion as to his ability to assist in his own defense?
It's my opinion that presently he's unable to rationally assist in his own defense.
So he is incompetent at this time, is that correct?
That's my opinion, yes.
Do you have an opinion as to his, whether or not he could be rehabilitated or restored to competency?
Yes, it's my opinion that he could be restored to competency within the time frame authorized by statute.
He is currently receiving treatment, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And are you aware of whether or not there have been improvements yet?
In reviewing recent progress notes from his treatment providers, they're describing him as being less irritable, agitated, aggressive towards his treatment providers, but still reporting many of the same delusional beliefs. They're still describing him as having a psychotic thought process. But so yes, it seems his behavior has significantly calmed and he's been less irritable.
Thank you. I have no additional questions at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Moeggenberg. Any cross-examination, Mr. Brown?
Yes, thank you, Honor. Dr. Witherell, you indicated you're now the director of evaluation services, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And so you don't, on a routine basis, do as many evaluations as you used to, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And was this just random how you got this, or did you get this because you're kind of up on the ladder? How did this case come to you?
This case was assigned to me by my supervisor, who's the Division Director of Forensic Evaluation Services. Given the nature of this case, she reviewed it and requested that I do the case.
Typically, are they specifically assigned, or is it kind of just you get assigned a case randomly?
It depends on the case, but generally examiners can sign up for days where they have available and they're expected to meet a caseload. So given my position, I don't have caseload requirements the way that other examiners do. So when cases that are particularly time sensitive or require kind of additional immediate attention, they can be assigned to managers or other individuals who can immediately divert that time for the evaluation.
Okay. And you prepare a report based on your findings, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and I think in your report, you cited the statute MCL 330.20.20, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and reading your report, competency is kind of a twofold. Would that be fair? You have to understand the proceedings as well as rationally assist in your defense?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Okay, and when we start out about the understanding the proceedings, he was able to identify the charges against him, is that correct?
Yes.
And he was able to identify the various individuals and their roles, correct?
Yes.
And he was able to identify the role of witnesses to testify, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And he noted that the prosecutor and myself could call witnesses to testify, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And I think you noted he was mistrustful of judges, but is that atypical, or are a lot of people mistrusting of judges, prosecutors, police?
Many people are certainly mistrustful of different individuals involved in the legal system. Mr. Gille in particular said that he was mistrustful of judges because in the past judges had ordered him to be involuntarily hospitalized or treated against his will.
And saying people may not have a good taste in their mouth if a judge sends them to a long term in prison. Fair?
Yes, that's fair.
Okay. And he was identified the number of jurors who would sit on the jury. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And he was able to list the specific plea options available to him. Correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And he was able to understand the consequences of these options. Correct?
Yes, he was specifically with an insanity defense. He was reviewing those options through what I appear to be a delusional lens. But yes, he had a factual understanding.
Okay. And he was able to demonstrate the capacity to manifest appropriate courtroom behavior. Is that correct?
During the 2 hours I met with him, yes, but in looking at records around that time, people described him at that time as becoming very easily agitated and irritable. So I don't know if it would be generalized to a longer time or to other circumstances.
And you testified obviously that he's less irritable, less aggressive, less confrontational now, correct?
Yes, based on my review of the records from his treatment providers.
Okay. And so he has a general or fair understanding of the roles and the procedures and the charges against him, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And so is your opinion mostly based upon his ability to assist the defense in a rational manner? Is that more what your opinion is based on?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
Okay. And you indicated he has some delusional beliefs about expectations, is that correct?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that a lot of people may have delusional beliefs on an outcome of their case and not be incompetent?
I think it depends on your definition of the word delusional. A lot of people have unrealistic beliefs or expectations, but in his case, it appeared that there had been long-standing delusions about his life that were intruding on his decision-making that I would say are above and beyond someone simply disagreeing with a potential outcome or looking at it through an unrealistic lens.
But is it fair to say that people can have different opinions on what they believe is reasonable, rational, or different routes they should take? Is that fair?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And you met with Mr. Gille for approximately 2 hours, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You noted some updated, I guess, information from the Forensic Center based on his care. Have you completed any supplemental reports to your findings or updates?
No, I'm not.
Okay. And so your opinion, is it still the same as what it was in your report that you previously provided on or about August 12th?
Yes, it is.
I have no further question, Got it.
Okay, any redirect, Ms. Moeggenberg?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Dr. Witherell, you talked about some delusional or unrealistic beliefs that would affect Mr. Gille's ability to participate in his own defense. Can you give us some examples of what those delusional beliefs were?
One example that comes to mind was, him repeatedly saying, both to me and in records, that he feels that the Forensic Center is a death camp or a concentration camp. And this is a long-standing delusional belief for him at times when he's been psychiatrically compromised, where he believes that treatment providers are attempting to physically harm or kill him, above the fact that many patients do not appreciate side effects of medications, those type of things. And he was using that information considering whether he would even consider the possibility of an insanity defense, and said that he would not, under any circumstance, for any reason at all, broach that topic because he felt that being civilly committed for treatment pursuant to an insanity defense would lead to his death. So that's one example that comes to mind. He spoke of believing that individuals who could be called as witnesses in this case either were part of a conspiracy to harm him prior to the case, or in one example would be a witness who would be favorable to him because he was hearing the voice of that person prior to the alleged offenses, which appeared to be delusional in nature.
Thank you. No additional questions?
Mr. Graff, anything further?
Just briefly, Your Honor. And Dr. Witherell, you testified that he was not interested in the NGRI plea because of potentially the hospitalization and the treatment that would occur as a result. Is that what I'm understanding?
Because he said that he felt that the CFP was in his words, a death camp or a concentration camp.
Well, would you liken that to somebody saying, I won't plead to something or do something because I know or I distrust or what could happen to me in a prison or jailhouse setting? They don't trust that facility or what could happen to them? Would you liken it to that or no?
I'm not in this circumstance, and he was talking about psychiatric treatment providers specifically trying to poison or kill him because he felt that psychiatric medications as a whole were designed specifically for that purpose.
And I think you mentioned that there are people that have an opinion or a feeling that obviously against taking medications, vaccines, and other types of things, correct?
Yes.
And that in itself is not delusional or irrational behavior, that's just their belief, correct?
It can be, yes.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Okay, Ms. Moeggenberg, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, any final argument then, Ms. Moeggenberg?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to make a finding that the defendant at this time is not competent to stand trial. It's clear that he does understand the nature of the proceedings. He understands what the different parties do, understands that Mr. Graff is there to help him, understands the role of the judge, but obviously his delusional beliefs that stem from his mental health issues at this point prohibit him from assisting in his defense. And that was spelled out by Dr. Witherell. He gave us a couple of different examples of those beliefs. So I would ask the court, based on the testimony of the doctor, to find the defendant not competent and order that he remain at the Forensic Center to obtain treatment and hopefully be restored to competency. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Graff, any argument?
Yeah, I think the court's very aware of obviously the standards of competency and proof, the fact that he's assumed competent until ruled otherwise. I won't belabor the court with any argument. Give her the testimony and the points that have been made, as well as the law to apply. So I trust your Honor's judgment.
All right, thank you, Mr. Graff. So the law is that the defendant to a criminal charge is presumed to be competent to stand trial. Shall be determined incompetent to stand trial only if he's incapable because of his mental condition of understanding the nature and object of the proceedings against him, or in assisting his defense in a rational manner. The court shall determine the capacity of a defendant to assist in his defense by his ability to perform the tasks reasonably necessary for him to perform in the preparation of his defense and during his trial. So it's the doctor's opinion that Mr. Gille at this time is not competent to stand trial due to his inability to assist his attorney in a rational way based on delusional thinking and other thoughts and psychological disorders. So if the defendant is found to be incompetent, then the court shall refer him for further treatment, and until he can regain competence, if that's possible. The doctor indicates his opinion is that Mr. Gille, with a proper course of treatment, can regain competence going forward. And so I will find that at this time, based on the testimony of Dr. Witherell, the defendant is incompetent to stand trial, but also the doctor's opinion is likely to be restored to competency with a proper course of treatment, and that would be at the Forensic Center. So I'll order Mr. Gille to remain at the Forensic Center and to comply with his treatment and recommendations of the Forensic Center for continued treatment going forward. And I think that's it. Ms. Moeggenberg, then would your office supply an order, please?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so anything further from the attorneys?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, the only thing I guess I would preserve is the courtroom does provide that if we provide good cause, we can get an independent evaluation. I'd like to further discuss that with Mr. Gille. Obviously, we can vet potential individuals and obtain funding if that's something we choose to do. But I certainly don't want to remain quiet and waive that opportunity at this point.
Sure, no, I understand. So yes, the rules do allow for an independent evaluation if there's good cause. So that right is reserved, Mr. Graff. So for now, I think we're all set, and I'll continue the bond, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, everybody.